So today is November 12th, 2020. It's 6:40 p.m. This is the executive board meeting of Community Board 11. We do have a quorum. We have the chairman, Albert D'Angelo, first vice chairman, Yahya Obeid, the secretary, Veronica, Frano's on, and Hazel, the secretary. So we have everybody that's currently on the executive board that's on. And I wanted, sorry, I'm doing that now. Because the way this new platform works is I don't believe I have a record of who's actually in the meeting, unless I state it during the recording. Whereas the other system, I could go back in, I could see who actually logged in. So
okay, well, the first thing on our agenda is the new review from the new audit from the Board President's office. You want to speak on that, Jeremy?
You broke up on me. I'm sorry. I didn't hear that part.
I said the audit, where they're ordering our minutes and our agenda, and you just want to fill us in on that.
Oh yeah. So no, this is what we were talking about briefly before. I mean, this will be in my report. I mean, I sent out an email earlier today that the Comptroller's office is auditing all 59 community boards regarding our minutes, agendas. And so related to item number 1, the October meeting minutes for the executive board, nobody did them or volunteered to do them. I told Al I could probably have an intern do them. I do have the recording. I did get the city to publish the recording today. That was for the October executive board meeting, but officially we still need written minutes. Regardless of having a recording online, it's not sufficient enough. So I don't know if anybody wanted to volunteer to do minutes for this meeting.
Is there anybody on the executive board that can write legibly? And all we need basically is bullet points. We don't need big explanations, just bullet points.
Al, how about the secretary? Isn't that the secretary's duty?
According to bylaws, I'm not sure it's her duty to do minutes for the executive board meeting, but Hazel, would you be willing to? Hazel?
Yeah, sorry. I don't have a problem.
Okay. So just, bullet points. You're pretty good, I think, about that. I did, like your housing minutes, I did cut them down and sent them to you. But other than that, I think you're pretty good about being succinct.
Okay, so do you want me to do?
I mean, you know what I really need from every, what I really need from whoever's going to be responsible. I need one person from each committee, executive board. I need somebody responsible for, especially if you can't do something, type of a paragraph, and it did. Ideally, I want somebody that can. So for October, I'll have it. The intern.
Well, why don't we save that for leadership?
Well,
why don't we save that for leadership? Because we'll talk about that. We have all the committee heads on leadership.
Yeah. Well,
let's just worry about tonight, and Hazel will do tonight's minutes. So.
But what I want her to do is after we get the October ones to review and make sure they look okay to her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Long story short, I want that too. I want somebody responsible for actually looking at them and saying, yeah, these are okay.
Okay, so do you want me to start taking minutes now? I mean, taking notes now?
Yeah, if you don't mind, Hazel.
I mean, I can also put the recording online, so if you want to go back to look at the recording for whatever reason.
Okay.
All right.
I forgot everything that was said before this, so I'm just.
That's all. We just talked about the first thing was the auditing of our minutes and our agenda.
Okay.
Long story short, we need to be better.
The board president's going to audit those things in our, so.
Yeah.
We'll mention that again at the leadership meeting where you have the heads of all the committees there, so they can talk to their committee personnel. The next thing is the replacement of Dom, or not to replace Dom. Dom, as you know, resigned from as second vice chair. We never had a position of second vice chair. Tony instilled that a number of years ago. I noticed there is a petition saying there's no reason to have a second vice chair. And I'd just like to knock it around and see if what the people on the executive board feel. To me, it doesn't matter whether we go with the 5 that we have or the other one. It really doesn't matter. Hazel, since you're taking the minutes, what do you think?
Well, I signed the petition, so I remember when I was on the board, we didn't have that.
Right.
So
Okay.
it's, to me, you can eliminate it.
All right.
So can I clarify for everybody? Because Frano probably doesn't know what I don't think Frano's too maybe aware of what, or Veronica may, I don't know.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Okay,
Oh,
exactly.
okay. All right, let me see if I can
Go ahead, Al.
explain it. A number of people said that since the second vice chair really, we have a first vice chair that in case there's anything that needs to be done or I'm not there can take over. We didn't need the position of second vice chair. A number of people felt the same way, and they signed a petition saying, do we really need a second vice chair? Can we bring it up to a vote and see if we can eliminate the position altogether? And I have no problem either way, so I just wanted to run it by the rest of the executive board and see how you felt about it.
Okay, can I make a comment?
Sure.
Okay, wouldn't you need to amend our bylaws first, since the second vice chair exists at Kern before you do anything else?
Absolutely. Well, I think first of all, if we decide to do away with the position, then you're right. Then we have to go through bylaws and make a bylaw change before we can do away with it.
So let me just clarify everything. So it is a bylaw proposal. And it was.
But you wouldn't want to make the proposal before you have the executive board decide whether we're going to have it or not. Because if you make a proposal to do a change in the bylaws and the executive board says, no, we're going to keep second vice chair, then we're wasting time. So first the executive board would have to decide whether, for or against, and then we bring it up to the leadership and then to the general meeting. And then if they decide to do away with the position, then we have to go back and change the bylaws. So, that's what, again, I know Hazel said she's for doing away with the position. Frano, you have a position on that?
Yeah, I think unless we change the bylaws, I wouldn't even say do it or don't do it. And also, it's coming out of left field for me. I'm wondering who signed it. How come not everybody in the board got to know in advance about this request? It seems like it's a sneaky way of doing it. I'm sorry.
Well, it's a good question because I saw the petition. I wasn't aware of it either, which is fine. I mean, I have no problem with the petition. I just, it wasn't put out to the general membership. It was just put out. I guess it started by a few people, and they just decided to put it out there for everybody to see, which is fine.
So do you want me to make a point of order, Al, just to clarify?
Go ahead.
So any bylaw proposal can be by any single board member. So I know it was suggested by one person to do a joint sign-on letter or something like that. So what I can bring up what was sent. I could send it to you, Frano, whatever you prefer. Yeah, like our past bylaws, Christian did the equity committee. I think at some point I don't know if he requested sent to the entire board or it just needs to be sent in writing to Al. And that's what happened here. So it doesn't, to my knowledge, it doesn't need to go to the entire board, but it would be nice. It is on the agenda for the full board meeting.
Okay, but Jeremy, my point is, and I'm sorry if people take offense to this, it seems like this was a sneaky way of doing it instead of sending it to the whole board and say, are you willing to sign this petition?
Yeah, but you can say that, but when Darrell made his proposal back in June, he just made it by himself. He didn't send it to the entire board, it was sent to Al. So that's legally, that's all that is required.
A decision hasn't been made. A decision was requested. It was requested for a change, which again, I have I have no objection to if that's what the majority of the people want. Right now, I just want to find out what our executive board feels. Then we'll bring it up before the leadership this evening, and then before
I have a question.
full board
Who,
for a vote on next Thursday.
who signed the petition? Is it just board members that signed the petition?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I didn't see it, and Debbie says she didn't see it either. So I guess there's a few board members that didn't get a chance to sign it. I myself don't have a issue with not having a second vice chair. That's fine. I would have liked to see the petition too. To Frano's point, I would have liked to have seen it first too. But as a decision, I don't have. It doesn't matter to me. I don't mind not having a second vice chair.
I vote no just because of the way it was approached.
Okay. Yahe?
Yeah, it doesn't matter for me either. So whether it's one way or the other.
Okay. Who did I miss?
Hazel. Or no, you already did Hazel. That's it, right? It's everybody.
All right, so we'll bring it up before the leadership tonight, Yahe. Mention it to leadership committee and see how they feel about it. And
Okay.
then we'll put it out next Thursday as a recommendation or as not a recommendation, depending on what the executive board feels.
Well,
I mean, the way the leadership feels.
legally, you can't vote on it next week.
Well, we can bring it up. We can bring it up to the full membership. Yeah.
Yeah, legally, you have to bring it up to the full board. That's it. You don't vote on it. You can't legally vote on it.
Well, we won't vote on it this Thursday, but the following Thursday you have to vote on it.
Yeah, it would be January.
Yeah. But in other words, if the leadership committee puts it forward as a positive, in other words, the leadership committee goes along with it, then you present it as the leadership committee suggests. And then let the board make up their mind. They don't have to go along with the leadership committee, but they can at least, they know what the what their chair people feel.
Why can't we vote on it next this month?
Our bylaws say a proposal is made to the chairman. The chairman must present the proposal, and then you have to vote on it the following month. Because remember, this is our bylaws, and we shouldn't make changes that quickly. They should actually be well thought out before you make rapid. Look, this may not be an issue, but if you want to make other changes, you don't want to just change them quickly. This is our governing document outside of the city charter and whatnot.
And just, for the future, as, Frano brought out, when something comes up, when somebody petition out, which anybody has a right to do, it really should go before the whole board. The whole board should get notification of it. This way, it doesn't look like something's being done behind closed doors. I mean, I just hope, it's not a big deal because the vote's going to be by the entire board anyway. But, it does seem like a few people got together and said, let's do away with the position, which is, I have no objection to, as Veronica and Hazel both said. The position is not something that's necessary, I feel. But I think the way it was done, I agree with Frano. It seems that it was done, through the back door, and that shouldn't be.
Yeah, somebody should maybe make a proposal that in our bylaws that after it's presented in writing to Al, maybe it needs to be given to the entire board electronically or whatever.
I think that's just common sense. I think that should be done.
But it's not in our bylaws, though.
Yeah, but it's common sense. It's not.
I just want to say something. I saw the petition, I read it, and I signed it. I didn't feel like I was doing anything sneaky because we were within our rights to make the proposal. So I kind of am offended that people are saying that it was like a sneaky thing to do. It really wasn't. We did it within our rights. And, if people feel like they were left out, I apologize for that. I wasn't the one that generated it. I just signed it. So it was just a proposal. It wasn't a conspiracy.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
I think going forward, Jeremy, if you do get a petition from a board member, because I know you sent it to me and Al and the rest of the
Well,
staff.
no, they went to Al directly as the first vice. I want to make sure you saw it, but neither you or Al told me to send it to anyone else.
Well, that's my fault. In the future, let's make sure that it does, if it comes to me, right after it comes to me, it goes to everyone else.
So I'll send it. I can send it right now to the entire board.
That's fine. This way they're aware of it before next week's meeting.
Anything else? Al?
The next thing on my agenda is the attendance review. In January, we'll review the attendance of our membership, people that have missed meetings. One of the things that we have to stress is that people need to attend meetings, whether it be virtual, in person, whatever. Not only the general board meetings, but also committee meetings. It's not fair for a committee to hold a meeting and no one shows up and you don't have a forum and you're wasting everybody's time. We're on this board to serve the community. We serve the community by serving on our different committees. I think it's contingent upon us to make sure that we're there when we're supposed to be. So we do have a rule on in our bylaws that says if you miss 5 meetings for whatever reason, you come up before the board for review. And if the review doesn't hold with the membership, then we'll request that you be removed from the board. I think we have to hold true to that. It doesn't make any sense to, we have one member who's been sick and his death of his wife. So basically, he's a ex officio member, and that happens to be Vinny Precioso. So we're carrying Vinny only because of the situation in his life, and eventually he will step down. But that's he's going through a bad time. And I don't want to be the one to pressure him into stepping down at this point. But then again, that's up to you guys. If you want me to do it, I will. But I feel that he served this board loyally for a number of years. The death of his wife, him being sick, knee replacements, and things like that. So with Vinny, I just at this point just assume he's an ex officio member and leave it at that. But I think everybody else who's healthy and wants to be on this board should be attending meetings. Open for any comments from anybody.
I honestly think five absences is a lot. Maybe we should bring it down to 3. Because 5 is okay. If you missed 4. That's like half of our meetings already. I feel like you've already hurt the community, whether it's intentional or not. And then I guess if it does get brought up in front of the entire board, then that person can explain, their case. Maybe we should look at it this way instead of allowing people to go up to 4 absences without having to explain themselves. Especially,
I think
it hurts the committees more than the general board.
I think those 5 absences, and Jeremy, correct me if I'm wrong, includes the meetings
Excused and unexcused.
Right, it doesn't matter, right? It's excused. Yeah. So in other words, they're sick. Well, all right, fine, you're sick, but 5 times, you're not sick 5 times.
That was a bylaw proposal from last year.
And does that includes the committee meetings also, doesn't it, Jeremy? If I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure.
I think we left committee out of it. I think committee it's still the old way where you have to have 3 in a row or 5 total unexcused. So, yeah, I mean, look, the biggest thing is that we start putting people on notice, and I would. We should be looking at last year. Last year's attendance, but with COVID, it's become really difficult, I've noticed. So
we had at one point we had 3. You were allowed as many excused absences as you wanted, but you had 3 unexcused absences and you were brought before the board. I think we made that 5 in total. So whether you call in sick or you whatever it is, you're allowed 5, and then after that, it's Katie bar the door.
I think we included committees in that too.
Yes, I don't remember. To tell you the truth, I don't remember. I thought so, but I'm not sure.
I mean, we'll have it, we'll have it together by January.
Yeah,
January.
let's check out, again, I'll talk to David about the bylaws, see what he, what's in the bylaws and what it states. And then we'll go from there. But we do have to, we do have to tighten the reins on absenteeism. That's not right. It's not fair to the members of the committee. It's not fair to the members of the community. We're doing them an injustice by not showing up.
Sound good?
And the other thing, and I just wanted to mention, we're going to bring that forward into the leadership committee, if you don't mind, the fact about the somebody on each committee taking minutes. Simple, nothing elaborate, just bullet points, so that they can be out, and they can be out in a couple of days. That's sent to the office. The office can type them up and send them out. It makes it very easy. And we don't have to worry about getting 18 million FOIL requests for minutes. They're out there, in a couple of days. All right. I have nothing else. If anybody has any new business or old business.
I think our next meeting is up at 7:01.
Okay,
Yeah, right on time.
motion to adjourn?
You got it. Motion to adjourn.
Okay.
Second? All
I
in favor?
second.
Terrific. See you in about a minute. In fact, don't go away. Don't go away.
Who second?
What, Hazel?
Rhino.
Who second?
You did.
Rhino.
I did.
Anyway, it's meeting at 7:01, either way.
Do we have to hang up from this one, or is it a
Yeah.
different,
Yep, it's a different sign up.
Is there a
right.
different sign-up? Uh-oh.
Yep.
all right, then, see you guys in a couple
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah, maybe if I can find a second sign-up. Okay. See you
Let me
later.
know.
Bye.
Karen, can you send me the